Hi buddies, welcome to AmassGames. My name is Simon and today I'm going to bring you a setup, play and review for the game Taco Cat Goat Cheese Pizza. Now I have done a complete how to play of this game, including a brief, playthrough solo, which is a bit tricky. I do want to do a playthrough with somebody else at some point, but for now I'm going to give you a proper review for the game Taco Cat Goat Cheese Pizza. Now, this particular game, let's just start with the name itself. It's pretty handy in the fact that you do need to familiarise yourself with the names of these words because this is a dexterity game, it's a party game, and it's a game for, well, you can play it at any numbers really, but it's for 2 to 8 players. But I'm deliberately going to set this up as a 2-player game, and specifically you can play this setup for 2 to 5. Okay, like I said, it takes around 10 minutes. It's for ages 8 plus, and we're going to deal 12 cards out. Now, there's similar games I have referred it to as being like, and those games include Avocado Smash. Other similar games might be something like Cobra Paw as well. So it's a dexterity game, but it's also a verbal game because you're looking to say something and match what you state. Now, whilst I am actually setting this up, please, of course, ensure maybe you want to watch this in 4K. Also, maybe, of course, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, and ensure that you check out the comments for any further thoughts on this as well as, of course, the description where you can follow over 2,200 photographs on Instagram and support via Patreon. So it doesn't really matter how many cards you have, but you probably want to make sure it's an even amount. And the aim of the game is to pretty much get rid of your cards. That's what you want to be doing. You want to get rid of your cards first and therefore win the game. So what you'll be doing is you will be having a draw pile. So each person's going to have their individual draw pile, and then you're going to have a central pile as well, which is going to be in the center. And funnily enough, that is why it's called the center. And what you're going to be doing is the person to the left, well, let's just say, okay, I'm this person. They're going to put a card in the center, face up, saying taco. The person to the left then puts their card face up on top of that and says the next word, which of course in this case is cat. Guess what? It's going to go around to goat, then cheese, then pizza, etc. And what you're going to do is ultimately slap down when you say the actual word representing what it is on the card. Okay, and that's the key point of it. Now, there are some other things, but let's just start with an example. So I'll say taco, cat, goat, cheese, pizza, and slap. Well, these have been shuffled, but as you can see, lots of pizza cards, bizarrely, very bizarrely, have all come around together. Now, something you've also noticed is they're all actually the same back, which you may not have spotted, because they do vary. So as you can see, it's a bit harder than you think, because you suddenly see that thinking, oh, it's cheese, oh, that must be cheese, but it's not. So like I said, the person who was that last person to put their hand down, well, they are going to actually have to put the bottom of their draw pile. At least they know something about what's coming up, which in this case, every other card, if you're playing as a 2, is going to be a pizza card. Okay, then that last player obviously is going to start again. I say obviously it's very unfair if they had to then go next. So you go on to whatever it was next. So we had pizza, it's going to go back to cat. So they're saying cheese, cat, goat. So now we're going to talk about some other stuff. I was going to wait, but of course I deliberately wanted to keep this shuffled, so we're going to go fresh into it, where there are some other rules as well. I'll talk about a grill in a moment. I'll let you look at that lovely image presently. Flinching, of course, if you go to slap and of course you do it wrong, then you forfeit and you have to pick up those cards as well. And aside from that, yeah, we do have some special cards. So you can't peek, you can't cheat, you can't do that, you can't slow down what you're doing as well. And when you see the griller, everyone has to beat their chest. So again, adds a bit more of familiarity there to ensure it's a bit more verbal, a bit more fun, and obviously a bit more entertaining. So that is the griller one. We also have groundhog, where you have to knock on the table with both hands. You have to do that. So again, very verbal, very audible, let's say. And finally, have the narwhal, which is about slapping their hands above the head to form a unicorn. So you need to do that above your head. Okay, so we have the gorilla. We need to do that. In this case, we have to do that. Then we have groundhog. Oh, there we go. So in this case, like I did, you got to knock on the table. Last person to do it will be getting the cards. So those would have gone. Of course, the gorilla would have gone as well. Let's be nice and put them over here before I move on to the review. So we're going to keep on going, like I said. So imagine we were up to goat. Now we're going to say cheese, pizza. Oh, that would have been that one. So of course you had to do that. Last person, let's say it's this person. They're starting off again. Now we're up to pizza. Let's say pizza, taco, goat. All right. So remember we've got the goat thing as well. So goat, where are we up to? I think I had a cat. Goat, cheese. So let's say they got these ones. Then pizza, taco, cat, goat, cheese, pizza, taco, boomf. So this person's got it. As you can see, sometimes you can go around the entire thing. That does occur. That adds to a bit of tension. But like tension, you can have that kind of back and forth with games like Top Trumps, whereby you never know how long it's going to end. But in all the games I've played, it's been around 10 minutes. So it hasn't been a chore. It's been interesting chucking in those obviously more physical things such as the goat, the gorilla, the groundhog, and that narwhal. Very interesting as well. I haven't shown you that narwhal yet. Let me just show that to you. As I said, the cards do differ in their backs. The cards are quite thick. I'm thinking maybe 320 GSM, maybe 310, maybe 300. But stiff enough, and this has been used a few times, but it hasn't actually obviously warped at all. Just like Doppel, a high dexterity game, there's been no effect actually on the card play and card backs and effects like that. Whilst of course the wording is in one direction, and they could have split it and done something like that, it hasn't been a factor. You of course can look at the box. In a way, it's quite nice, and then looking in one direction as well. So in terms of the review, well, I'm fairly good at this particular one. I'm not good at all dexterity games. But, it's been enjoyable. Like I said, it's been quick. But I don't really have a negative. I would say it's a good game. My average rating for any game is around a 6, and I would give this a 6. I don't say it's an average game. I'm just saying that if you're looking for something that's a party-like game, this is something you might want to pick up. Like I said, it's nice and small. I also like the fact that obviously with Blue Orange games, they have this magnetic thing. One of my favourite games from Blue Orange, which has this dexterity element to it as well, with matching to a degree, would definitely have to be Who Done It, I think it's called, or Who Do It. And it's basically you have a pet and they poop. So very keen to review that one. I think it's even a slightly smaller box. I know it completely sold out initially, and I have to get in a poop bag, which I much prefer in this box. It looks much more easier to store, as you can imagine. But that has been a review for Taco Cat Goat Cheese Pizza. Again, you'll find this in the playlist for obviously how to set up, play, and review. You'll find it in the Family Weight playlists, amongst many others, and hopefully you found this of interest and something you might want to consider. So again, if you like Avocado Smash, check that out on the channel as well. I'll hopefully have a link through review too. That's doing very well in terms of views, and it's nice to see that obviously there's something like this that can complement it if you want to vary your food choices. So speak to you again soon. Bye bye.